Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I am Rob Breaux alongside Craig Wells today. David Collier out today.
Yep.
And I could tell you why he's out. Nobody would believe me. You'd think I was doing a bit. So I'm just going to leave it there. I hope David is finding some answers at wherever he is right now.
Yep.
You know, we just need to, swallow back the tears and sadness and move forward from there.
He wishes he were here.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yes, sure. Sometimes the voice just gets a little fried.
Yep.
The radio show today will be mostly sports, as always. I'm sure we'll find something else to talk about, but we have playoff baseball. We've got Red Raider football versus Kansas to talk about. At some point today, at around 10 a.m., I assume, you can go ahead and queue up Red Raider Recon on the YouTube and then watch that at 6 o'clock or 7:30, depending on if you listen to the High School Fan Zone. After, of course, the End of the Bench, the Bottom Line, Tech Talk, and if you're listening to the High School Fan Zone. Let's see.
Red Raider Recon. When do y'all?
Yes.
What's the schedule of that?
We drop that Wednesday mornings.
Okay.
Wednesday mornings. We normally record Tuesday afternoon, Monday afternoon, and then drop it Wednesday morning.
And so, what's the prime point of Red Raider Recon this week?
We always. It's a very short. Well, as short as Clint and I can be.
Yeah.
Recap. We do Big 12 Players of the Week. We do some overreactions every week. And then the back half is always reconning the next opponent.
Yep.
So the bulk of it's the Kansas preview.
And let me add on to that. If you really like Texas Tech, and it happens to be football season, so football information and some a little bit behind the scenes, go to the website, 97.3.com, and Rob Breaux, Jamie Lent, Clint Scott, Choice, all contribute articles, and there's new ones, it seems like, at least one every day.
That's true.
And it's some of them are things that make you stop and think, like, oh, I didn't know that, and that's the kind of information that you want. And good stuff if you'll just 97.3.
Double T Sports Network.
No, Double T. Yeah. Sportsnetwork.com.
It's either you can get there two ways. Double T 973.com or Double T Sportsnetwork.com.
Okay. But get to it. I mean, there's a lot of good information there in articles, and it's something that doesn't take you long to read, but you get a lot of stuff.
It's true. You can also find the podcast there on the website, Double T Sports Network. You can find us on the Yates Flooring Center chat line as well. Chat in. We'll get to you today. Or call us on the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. All right, I was being slandered a little bit on the previous show.
Not a little bit.
Yeah, first of all, Jamie thought it was a slight to say Chuck Hines' friend, Rob Breaux. That's not a slight to me. That's a positive. Chuck is my friend. I am Chuck's friend, hopefully. But he said he used some words that I just would not use about the Bevel Double T. But he claimed that I hated the Bevel Double T and that I was leading the campaign to flatten the curve, level the bevel. And while in my past life I might have been a mercenary to further that cause, that was never my sole purpose. My issue with the beveled double T was twofold. At the end of Under Armour's run, they had a red helmet in which they put the regular beveled double T on.
Right.
It looked bad. if they would have put a flat double T on that helmet, and if it was red, you just put a white bevel double T or whatever you want to do, it would have looked better. That was my only issue. My second issue was just the Under Armour uniforms, period. It was shocking to me how much better the Under Armour throwbacks were to the normal uniform with the guns up stripe. I'm trying to move on from these, by the way, because it feels like I bring them up all the time. Yeah. But when Under Armour switched to Adidas, and Adidas last year dropped the latest uniform, it was the perfect marriage from the flat to the beveled.
Yeah.
And the bevel double T looks so good on a black helmet or a white helmet. They got rid of the red helmet because, like me, they saw that the reds don't match.
Yes.
From one red to the next.
And that's real hard to do.
And they said, all right, we're not doing red helmets anymore. By the way, I would almost guarantee that red helmets are coming back in this respect. But, I just... once you switch to Adidas, I said, okay, hey, I'm good.
Yep.
I will live with the bevel double T for the rest of time. But I'm glad they changed it. But I'm very excited for 2030 or whatever it is. And they go back to, let's say it's 2028. What do you think they do there? The all blacks with the red stripe down the side and the bass boat helmets with the bevel double T on there. For the 2008, we're going to bring Crabtree and Graham Harrell back. 20-year reunion.
20-year reunion.
On October 29th, November 1st. What was that?
No,
it was around Halloween.
No,
November 2nd, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Whatever it was.
I think it's second.
Maybe in 2030, we do the 30-year reunion of Mike Leach's first season.
Yeah.
And Cliff Kingsbury comes out
with some script
Wes
numbers.
Welker, and we get the script number and the little guy from Big Time Sports.
Yeah.
And it's another bass boat helmet, and it's all black, and the Aztec collars on there.
Yep.
I mean, we're dreaming big now.
Yeah, there's lots of combinations that can be thrown out there.
We had 42 combinations with the bevel double T. We could go to 2005.
Yeah.
And maybe it was
Sonny
2006.
2005 was Sonny Cumbie's win over Aaron Rodgers. Is that right?
In the Holiday Bowl. That was black, white, black. I think it was 2006 when they went back to the all reds.
Yeah.
The black, red, red.
Yeah.
And you had the Broncos stripe down the side. There's options here.
Yep.
So if you want to dream about a recent throwback, you're like, well, it's way too soon to do a throwback.
Yep.
Well, not really, because you were 14 years removed in 2014 from those Zach Thomas throwbacks that you did. Not 14 years removed from Zach Thomas, but they stopped wearing those in 99. And even so, it was like a 30-year gap. So, or 25 years.
My thoughts on the double T situation is, first of all, I do like the bevel double T a little bit more than I did the flat, but I'm okay with the flat. It just use the same one for everybody. That's what I'm ready for.
More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the end of the bench. What a day. What a day it's about to be. All right. You had a quick recruiting question?
You're into the recruiting, so you have basic knowledge about a lot of the way the recruiting works, at least as far as the media is concerned. My question is there any truth to the fact that people say so-and-so is a 5-star, and as soon as he commits to Texas Tech, he is dropped down because he can't be a 5-star if Texas Tech's taking him, is what they're inferring. So my question is, does that really happen? And he says with a pause.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. It's it's not how people say it happens.
Yeah.
Generally, the final regrade at the end of the high school season, right before they commit, is when that happens. If you've committed somewhere, they'll knock you back. But generally, it's, this kid has an offer from Alabama. He's a 4-star.
Yeah.
It generally goes up because.
Oh, okay.
So if a kid's first 5 offers are Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Texas, and Ohio State, let's just say he really excels as a sophomore. Those are all his first offers. That's a 4-star kid.
Okay.
Probably high 4-star. And then he's like, yeah, but I'm going to Tulsa.
Yeah.
On the final regrade, it's like, he's probably just a 3-star if he goes to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Those other schools didn't really want him. He bloomed early.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. But a little bit of a conspiracy here, but I think this is why. Now, I respect the Rivals people and On3's doing all this stuff now, whatever. 24/7, great people locally. But these national guys, like, who's paying them?
Yeah.
Right? These companies. Who's paying those companies? Well, it's the big brands, right? Don't you want to keep...
keep them happy.
Yeah, keep everybody happy. And who's let's just take Sam Spiegelman, right? How does he get all this recruiting information? Coaches and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
High school coaches and whoever else. This kid's a 4-star. Why not? So I do think there's a lot of eye test. There's probably as much integrity as can be in a situation like that. But it's not so much, it's just Texas Tech. Let's knock them down because it's Texas Tech.
Right.
It's more so, it's not Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama is where all the good kids go. If you're not going to Alabama, you're probably not a 5-star.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
Yeah.
If you thought a kid was a 5-star in the first, you're a 5-star through. So
yeah. Okay. Glad
it does change. And a lot of it is coincidental because of timing. Because there are regrades every so often, every quarter or whatever. They'll just regrade the whole system. So,
Okay.
All right, let's check the calendar here, Lucas.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Pierogi Day.
Yeah, say that one more time.
National Pierogi Day.
Pierogi.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what it is. It's like a Polish dumpling.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it.
I don't know if it's Polish, but it sounds right. It's American Touch Tag Day.
Ooh.
Who's calling it American Touch Tag? Just tag, right?
Yep. You can't tag them without touching them.
Right, that's the whole point. I don't know. They were... never mind. Dyslexia Day. I was never diagnosed, but I'm fairly certain I had some issues.
You know...
I ride my B's and D's forwards and backwards. And
big time
down.
clap to those kids and adults that have dyslexia and how they've overcome it, because it's not easy. Good for them.
Big time clap. Horse name. International Top Spinning Day. National Bring Your Teddy Bear to School Day.
Did you ever spin a top?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Tops, straddles, whatever. National Fluffernutter Day. You ever have a fluffernutter?
Nope.
You know what it is?
Nope.
It's a peanut butter sandwich with marshmallow fluff. So
Nope.
one side is marshmallow fluff, the other is peanut butter.
So it's a peanut butter s'more.
Sure, yeah. on white bread.
Yeah.
Let me give you this here. Christmas cookies. Take 2 Ritz crackers.
Okay.
Put peanut butter on one side of the cracker. Put marshmallow fluff on the other side. Sandwich them together.
Okay.
Dip them in the almond bark.
That's
a Christmas cookie.
I could do that. I could hang there.
National Harbor Master Appreciation Day. National Stop Bullying Day.
Please stop bullying.
I don't know. I think there's probably some people that we need to bully.
And it's not just today. Every day, no need to bully.
Don't bully people you think are less than you. Punch up.
Well,
National Salmon Day. Lucas did not see that coming. And World Octopus Day. You have some birthdays, Lucas?
Monty Williams turning 54. Had a stellar NBA career and pretty good coach.
54?
54. He's from about an hour from where I'm from. So.
Nice.
Good coach. Even maybe a better coach than he was player.
Yes.
Hey, 11 o'clock, remind me of the name Monty.
Okay. One of the dirtiest players probably in the NBA right now, Grayson Allen, turning 30.
Mr. Spit and Trip.
Learned that at Duke. Ian Hart turning 61. Actor, played Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. So we had Dumbledore about a week ago.
Who'd you say?
Ian Hart.
That wasn't Voldemort.
That's what I got it from.
Voldemort was Ralph Fiennes.
Okay.
Ian Hart. I wonder who that is.
Internet
Maybe he was Voldemort in like the first book when it was just the back of that guy's head.
Yeah. Chevy Chase turning 82. Matt Damon 55. Nick Cannon 45. Bella Thorne 28. The Miz 45. And Bruno Mars 40.
Yeah, he's Professor Quirrell, who was technically Voldemort in the first book. Troll in the dungeon. Thought you should know. Do you have any sports history?
I
here for us?
do.
All right.
1818. Everybody remember that. Padded gloves were introduced in boxing.
In 1818.
Yeah, and so in 1817 it was bare knuckles.
Yeah. Maybe a little cloth or something?
Yeah, 1956, a lot of old-timers remember this. Don Larson, Game 5, New York beat Brooklyn. He throws a perfect game. And on October 8th, 2005, a fumble by Nebraska, picked up by Texas Tech, results in a 10-yard, fourth down TD pass with 12 seconds left for a 34-31 victory over Nebraska. And the quarterback was?
In what year?
2005, October 8th.
It was Cody Hodges.
Yes, sir. The Hereford Hustling
Cody
Herd.
Hodges beat. That is such an underrated team.
Yep.
As far as teams go, and
Yep.
he's an underrated quarterback. Nobody ever talks about him.
Yep. He's good.
Talk more about Cody Hodges.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Back 100.7 The Score. It is the end of the bench. I'd like to phone a friend on this trivia. Can I call Lucas White? Ring, ring. Yeah, Lucas, this is Rob Breaux on the trivia. I'd just like to tell you I won $1 million. The answer to the final question is Mariah Carey. 9 for 9, boys.
Good
Perfect
job.
run. The Appanzimation of Mimi was an album from this artist in the 90s and 2000s.
There you go. On the chat board, Resident Aggie said Cody Hodges' talk is fine with him. He likes him some Cody Hodges. But one of the most interesting things I saw on the chat board this morning, Mr. B, in the game against Nebraska in 2005, Their quarterback, Nebraska's quarterback, was none other than Taj Brooks' head coach now, Zach Taylor. Little piece of trivia there.
That is interesting.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. Thanks, Mr. B. And I'm with you, Resident Aggie. Cody Hodges was one of the best. As a person also.
Cody Hodges and Seth Dagey are two of the most underrated Tech quarterbacks.
Yep.
Certainly of the air raid era, because people talk about Cliff and BJ and Graham. Sonny Cumbie certainly has been in the zeitgeist of Texas Tech lore because two-time offensive coordinator, interim head coach, radio broadcaster, player. He's was the general manager and player of the San Angelo Arena League team that I can't remember the name of, the mascot of.
I'm going to tell you a guy that I think is underrated, and he was not
a Texas Tech quarterback?
Yeah, underrated.
Okay, can I guess?
Yeah.
Joe Barnes?
No.
Oh, nobody talks about him.
Yep. If you do, you're my age.
Yeah. Well, we're just no ball, Craig. You can give me a little credit.
Taylor Potts.
He's another one. Yeah, him and
Taylor. I mean, I think it was one game where he threw 60 passes or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think he was Abilene High. And,
yes. Him and Lyle Leong.
Yeah. And I think he was a good quarterback. Great, no. Very good, yes. And I think he and Leach butted heads enough that
Taylor Potts.
But he still appreciated him, I think.
From Abilene. Who's the other famous quarterback, NFL guy from Abilene?
Went to Abilene Wiley.
Case Keenum?
Yep. Went to Abilene Wiley.
They're both on the wall there at Shotwell in the radio booth.
Yep. Case Keenum's dad just retired as the FCA director for the Big Country area.
There you go. The more you know. Whoa. Chevy didn't need these strays. I think he needs more strays. I think really just not even strays, head-on shots across the bow. Rob, why are so many people upset that the 3D WT is history? It's one of the worst logos we've ever had. I respect. Hey, nobody respects the 3D double T like I do. But I agree. It was changed at a time in the early 2000s. I think 2000 when they debuted that with the coaching change, that everyone was doing 3D everything. Movies were being 3D'd. You'd wear the little paper glasses. That was a trend at the time, a fad. Everything was getting beveled and 3D'd. A lot of people went back from that. Oklahoma State beveled their OSU for a long time. About 5 years ago, they went back to the flat. A&M beveled the A&M logo, and they still use it. So a lot of people were beveling. A lot of people have left the beveling. In my opinion, Texas Tech was late to level the bevel. But again, I like the 3D logo with the new jerseys. It's fine with me.
Yeah. I can go either way. I mean, I think a lot of it is going to be certain jerseys, certain printed material, certain online material is going to look better with the double T as a flat product. And so, I like I said, I just want them to use the same thing.
Yeah.
Start to finish, everybody, not just the basketball team or not just the soccer, everybody. And so when you see that double T, instantly you know that's Texas Tech. And you do, whether it's,
I do feel like with the Adidas rebrand, it had gotten a little loose.
Yeah.
Where different teams were using different fonts, and there's still the logos, but like the softball team's wearing Raider red, and the softball team has a script Raiders, while other teams don't use a script. I do think now there's going to be a little more continuity brand to brand within the athletic department, which a unique brand identity I think is important in sports. And if you see that tag, you know who it is. Not that everyone has to wear the exact same jerseys, but
I'm all for it. I mean, get after it and let's go on down the road.
I do think also there's been some complaints that Adidas has not put out a lot of fan gear. Well, I wonder if they knew from the jump that this was
going to happen.
Yeah, they just needed some time to put it all together.
Very well could have, Rob, because you just don't do this like last Monday. You decide that let's just change the logo.
Right.
So, and if Adidas was involved as the creative team did in their video and talked to those two guys, you're onto something. I mean, I really believe that.
This texter, I think this is a question more than a statement, but he says the logo is really worth this much airtime. I think he's saying, is the logo really worth this much airtime? Probably not. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple of burning questions here.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
Lucas? No, I'm just kidding. I can do them. Oh, you have some? All right, let's do it. It's the first time you're hearing of this.
Starting today until November 26th, which is 49 days straight, there's a college or professional football game that is able to be viewed somehow, some way. If you had to eat one food for 49 straight days, what food item would you eat?
Can I be creative?
Yeah, like, I know. Okay, yes.
Okay. Craig, do you have one off the top of your head?
Chips and salsa.
Ooh, that's an easy one.
Chips and salsa. That's,
So you're going more of a snack or a side than
Yeah,
a meal option.
I'm not going to eat yes, chips and salsa.
Okay.
I'm simple.
I think if I had to keep it the same every time, I was thinking meals. It'd be just like a cheeseburger. That'd be easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because you could, that's just, every time the cheeseburger could be the same, it's still good. If I was trying to get creative, I would go back to the conversation yesterday and do a taco.
Yeah.
But I would do, 100 different kinds of tacos.
Yeah.
Or like a fried rice. You can make fried rice out of anything.
The bad part for me, if I eat a cheeseburger while I'm watching a game, there's a good chance into the third quarter somebody's going to have to tell me what happened. And then I'll wake up into,
Yeah. This texter says cheese enchiladas. I'm down.
Yeah.
I could eat a cheese enchilada every day.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. Just flipped it over to Big 12 Studios. They play this game so much.
It's because OU's losing and they're not in the conference anymore.
It's the 2003 Big 12 championship game. Kansas State out of the North. The Big 12 South represented by Oklahoma. Number 1 Oklahoma. Number 15 Kansas State.
Yep.
Oklahoma does not score again in this game. I believe the final is 35-7. I should have it memorized because they play this all the time.
They need to play the Texas game all the time.
Yeah. Well, they do, too.
Yeah.
That one's in the heavy rotation. The Oklahoma game is in heavy rotation. They need to play, like, Kansas, Texas.
Yeah.
In
Austin. Yeah.
Or Jared Casey.
Yeah. Tight end catches that ball.
Then he gets it was like when NIL first started, he got the Applebee's deal out of it.
Yeah.
This texter says, all that she wants is another baby? ?
Excuse me?
What's the song? All that she wants. I didn't know that that's how it finished, though. Bullfighter says, Clinton Choice's nicknames are Pork and Beans. Now, if you had assigned Pork to one of these two gentlemen and Beans to the other, who is Pork and who is Beans here, Craig?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. What connotation does pork have?
Yeah, if you just see them out and about and they're not together.
Yeah, you say, hey,
like,
pork.
What's up, Pork? I'd probably lean toward Choice being Pork and Clint being Beans. But I'm not entirely sure why. It's just vibes. This texter trying to hurt me just says Tim Brando for some reason. He also says, I don't know what beveled even means. The bevel is the
3D look.
The raised, like when the middle of something is raised and it looks 3D. That's the bevel. The bevel is the actual raised part.
Yeah. Pork and beans.
Pork and beans. All right, Texas Tech is playing Kansas this week. I've got some thoughts on their defense, and again, if we just wanted to go full Monty show here, right? I watched the defense and just something feels off, right? For the Kansas defense. I can't put my finger on it. It's just off. But what's interesting about the Kansas defense is I think they play hard. I think they're athletic. I think they're a little undersized in the defensive front, but they really get after the quarterback, and they can affect the game in that way. But if you get around the pass rush, which I think they excel at and have for several seasons now, they over-pursue because I think they're athletic. Their linebackers really aren't in the best of positions. Their secondary is in position to make plays, but doesn't often make the play. If you look at a bunch of their long touchdowns, there's defenders in the area that they've given up the big plays. They just either miss a tackle at the point of attack and the guy gets 20 extra yards, or they're just running right beside him down the field and can't make the tackle. So this Kansas defense, I would not be surprised if they make some plays on Saturday. But I don't think they can consistently make plays to slow down this Texas Tech offense.
I did totally agree. And I think I'm not going to be surprised, although I have no inside information, but I'm not going to be surprised if we don't come out early and use the pass to set the run up. And then once we establish the run, we don't just pound it down their throat.
They do not have a great run defense.
Yep.
Again, they're a little bit undersized in the front. They really don't have a great pass defense. They're just not very good defensively.
Yep. And I can see us taking advantage of, if we go back and throw the ball, one of, if not the only strength they have is their pass rush against the pass, that we don't get them in that mode and then take advantage running the ball.
Yeah.
Because they're going to over-pursue, as you said. They're going to maybe not cover the lanes or the running lanes very well. I think we're going to be able to run the ball against them.
Yeah, and if they're trying to bring extra pressure, I think Baron Morton, these running backs, and the tight end, Terrence Carter, are going to have a field day, just throwing the ball out of the backfield. If that edge rusher's coming up the field to pass rush, you're just going to run right at him. You don't even need to block him.
Yep.
I think that I do think that Kansas has athletes. This is not the 2004 or 2013 Kansas defense. I don't think they're just awful and out-talented across the board. I think they're talented. I don't think they're deep enough to be a Big 12 defense. A little bit like Texas Tech's defense. They're in the mid to late 10s. Mm-hmm. I think those teams had some talent. They just weren't nearly deep enough, for one. And for two, just not incredibly disciplined in their assignments.
Joey McGuire, in his press conference Monday, of course, said some things about the pre-snap penalties and penalties in general. But one of the things he said kind of intrigued me. The question basically was, how do you correct that? And he talked about being in their stance too long, the offensive linemen. And I can see us running a tempo, and I can see us running out of that tempo and taking advantage of the fact that we may be deeper than they are. I'm pretty sure we are, but I thought that was an interesting comment of how you correct it, is you don't leave them down in their stance as long. And so I think a pre-read coming from upstairs to the play call may be, okay, Mr. Morton, unless you see something absolutely terrible, we're going with this play, and we're going to do it quick. I can see some quick throws out to our wide receivers. I can see some screens, going against what they do as one of their strengths, and that's rushing the passer. I can see us throwing some screens, using the tight end a lot, I think. But I think you said it so well. The thing that we have now as a Texas Tech football team is the same thing that championship teams had back in the 10s and the teens, and that's depth. If you get an offensive or defensive lineman that has to sit out a game, it's not devastating to you anymore. You may have to make some moves, but at the same time, you feel like you're not going to be behind the eight ball because of somebody being injured or whatever. And I think that's one of the strengths of this Tech team and being on the championship level, is that we've got that depth.
It's funny, the strength of the Kansas offense, especially with Ketelnicki, but even now under their new offense coordinator, is that they use the momentum of the defense to allow themselves to get guys open.
Yep.
So they'll motion and then run back the other way, or they'll, pull their offensive line to the right and run a drag left. They use the momentum of the sight. I think that's exactly what you can do to this Kansas defense. I think you can use their own momentum, their own over pursuit, because they try to be extra aggressive to, I think, overcome some of their physical deficiencies. And I think you can absolutely do a lot of that to them this week. All right, we will continue talking about Kansas. We'll also ask the Benchwarmers on the other side. I guess we won't. We'll answer the Benchwarmers questions after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score is the End of the Bench. Ask the Benchwarmers up now. You can ask your questions on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Hey, you can call in and ask a question on the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. Any news on Terrence Carter? Is he full go or limited this week? Well, we'll know tonight at like 8 p.m., right?
Yep.
And the first one come out late Wednesday
night. Yep.
I'll go ahead and tell you. Expect him to be on the questionable
list. Yeah.
Questionable list probably every Wednesday moving forward. It's football. And in, I think, 3 straight games, he's had the shoulder and the thigh. That guy plays really hard.
Yes, he does.
And gets hit a lot. And in football, sometimes you're just questionable.
Yep.
I wouldn't put any large stock into it. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. No Free Ads Big Hen says, should I get Jersey Mike's for lunch? That is always a good option. There's a certain segment of people, though, that prefer that to other sandwich chains.
Mm-hmm.
I just like a nice sandwich.
My wife is a big Jersey Mike's fan.
I like the Freaky Fast sandwich, too, that people... It's like you like one or the other. I like the Freaky Fast ones maybe as much or maybe more. I don't know. I like them both.
I have caught myself on purpose trying something different the last 4 or 5 times I've been, just to see.
Did you ever get it in the tub?
Yes, I did.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I've been trying because I'm going to kick myself if I've been missing something that I really like. You know, so I've been trying to be adventurous and try something.
Again, no free ads, but if you're taking me to the fire station, or the little pot bellies or any of those, I just like a sandwich.
I agree. Not a bad choice.
Benchwarmers. What ocean animal would you swim with for Tech to win a national championship? The deadlier the animal, the more national championships Texas Tech wins. And he says orca obviously being the deadliest. Is that obvious?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a killer whale, I guess.
Not being a very good swimmer.
Do we get to be in the cage?
I don't know.
I'd go.
And I hope Tech wins as many natties as they can win for as long as they can win them. But other than a turtle, I can't think of anything else that I would.
I don't know that I want to be next to a snapping turtle either. I don't think those things let go.
Yeah. I'm not a very good swimmer, so it'd have to be something pretty slow for me to outrun them.
Well, you're swimming with it.
Swimming
not
with
away from it.
Oh, no, I'm out. I'm out.
My answer to these kind of questions is generally the same. I'll let Texas Tech do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
My swimming has no bearing on it. But in this fantastical world, if it does have bearing, if I can get in a cage, I would go float next to anything. Depending on the strength of the cage. It's like a bamboo or a wicker cage.
Now you're talking.
But if we're going down with some titanium rods around me, I'd go down with anything. What would you swim with, Lucas?
In my head, I got the Finding Nemo world, so it's got to be the sea turtle. You're just chilling and
see, I'm right there
laid
with
back
you.
And
so that might be like a playoff win because I don't know that. I don't know that
mellow and relaxed, then go for it.
I don't know. That's a deadly creature.
Okay.
But if it's swimming with any ocean creature for at least one national championship, there you go.
Yep. Okay, can I throw out a football question for you two?
I love football questions, Craig.
Arkansas, Virginia Tech are looking for coaches.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Florida might be.
Sure.
And there might be some other top ones, such as the Heat has gotten on Penn State all of a sudden. What are 2 or 3 names that you think are going to be legitimate contenders for just about any job, especially the good ones?
I think Rhett Lashley makes a lot of sense.
And Oklahoma State is another one, too.
Sure. I think G.J. Kinney, if it's around the state of Texas, I think he kind of wants to – I think he'll be selective. I think he's just fine at Texas State.
Yeah.
I think he'll be selective. It could be that he is the Oklahoma State hire. Jeff Traylor was a name around here that was being thrown out for like every open job, but I don't know that that's the case per se. I do think Rhett Lashley is going to be a popular name.
Yeah.
Ooh. Chris Snead would swim with a telescope fish.
Oh, that was his fish of the day, Kaylee's fish yesterday.
That is.
I can't imagine. He said it's vertically sleeps with its head straight up to.
It looks like a lemur.
It looks like
a demon lemur.
Looks like.
It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like if you told What's the guy that does all the movies with Johnny Depp? No, the director. Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton. It looks like Tim Burton. You told Tim Burton to draw a lemur that lived in the ocean.
Looks like.
That's what it looks like. What's this? There's white stuff in the air. Does Craig know that Arkansas is the only state mentioned in the Bible?
Did not know that.
Noah stepped out of the Arkansas.
Did not know that.
Did you know that Jesus drove a Honda? It says him and his apostles are in one accord. All right. Now the Penn State job is very interesting.
Yep.
Because, and I know it's a bit that I do on the internet, but Matt Campbell makes a lot of sense at Penn State.
Really?
Though, if they are trying to get a guy who's going to win the big game, I don't know that Matt Campbell really does fit. But if he's ever going to leave, that feels like a job that would be attractive to him.
He's an Ohio guy, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I tell you who kind of interests me that I think, and I don't know where he fits because I don't know much about him, is the Georgia Tech coach.
Yeah, and maybe that's a step to Florida.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think he's won a couple of big games. He's kind of built a program. He's like Spike Dykes. He's done an awful lot with not much, and
I think if you're Virginia Tech, you might knock on the Beamer door.
Yeah,
and try to get him to leave South Carolina. It's the ACC is such an interesting position to be in.
Yeah,
because you're absolutely a Power 4. But with the uncertainty of the media rights deal and your next media rights deal, with the uncertainty of Florida State and Clemson being kind of wishy-washy on leading this conference and trying to jump to either the SEC or the Big Ten, and with really only 4 brands that would legitimately make that jump, are you combining with the Big 12 and really going into the Power 3, which does not make a lot of sense in
configurations.
The world of configurations. It makes way more sense to even out back teams into the Pac-12. It would make a lot of sense to get a Power 6 or a Power 4 and to even out teams back into the ACC. Like if you're bringing Maryland and Rutgers back into the ACC, and I don't know if that strengthens them, but it would just make some sense there geographically. But who cares about that, right?
Let me throw a name out at you.
Okay.
If Florida opens up, or a top-notch...
when Florida opens up.
Yeah, or a top-notch SEC job, Dabo Swinney.
So has all the shine left Dabo? Because if Nick Saban had retired 3 years ago, I think Dabo would have been a shoo-in back at Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, you always have to look in the SEC, who's the Georgia defensive coordinator?
Yeah. Yes.
Who's this coordinator? Who's that coordinator? Because that seems like a natural move up. But Florida has been so bad at hiring coaches. I don't know what they would do. Would John Gruden be the name that they go after and try to create some of that magic?
Ooh.
Because now more than ever, a professional coach going down to college makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And he's winning his court cases against the NFL, and I think a lot more stuff's about to come out on that too. All right, that's it for us. The bottom line with Choice Woodman and the illustrious Chris Sneed after this.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.